I'm Monica Gilroy with the Gilroy firm in Atlanta, Georgia. Before the COVID-19 epidemic, Robert Locke, one of our industry's leaders, a 20-year-old client, and a very good friend of mine, introduced me to a new service offered to the property management community that is going to change the way property management is done in the United States. I was so taken by this new national product that I asked Robert to shoot a short video introducing this idea to my clients and to post it on my site. Please watch Robert sharing this revolutionary idea and then stay around for a short Q&A with Robert and I. We'll address how this product will affect your ability to collect rent both during and after our COVID-19 crisis. This new product will let you plan for tomorrow today. Take a look.
Greetings, my name is Robert Locke, and thank you for taking the time to watch this little video today. There is a new service out there for the property management industry. It's only been around for about a year. Very few people know about it, but it's a service like none other in the marketplace, trust me, and it will give you power over tenants like you have never had before. Now, before I actually flesh out and give you the details of the service, let me tell you how Crown used this service for the last 30 years. When we came into the market in Atlanta, we came in 30 years ago, actually 1980, and we came in under the name Crown Realty and Management. Now, at that time, there were no tenant screening services, so we kind of stumbled our way into joining Equifax. Now, nobody can join Equifax today unless you're a Wells Fargo or GMAC Finance or some giant, because tenant screening companies have kind of replaced that niche in the marketplace. You and I can't become members of the Equifax anymore. Now, this power, however, for us for 30 years, gave us unbelievable power over tenants, power that you don't have today, power that you can have today, because now you can have this power over tenants. Now, we're going to go into some details now about how we use this power, because it's available to you and you're going to want to use it as well. Now, I'm going to describe how Crown used this power over the last 30 years of our business. The first use is this: we reported good payment histories to the credit bureau. You know, when tenants haven't paid us rent, the only tool that we have in our arsenal is sticks. You know, we kind of smack them with a late fee and we smack them with a threat of eviction, but we really don't have any positive enticement for them to get their rent paid on time. Well, now you can have that, because anytime a tenant has paid their rent on time, you can report it to the credit bureau as paid on time and actually change their credit score. Now, this is not like AppFolio or Rent Tracker. This is not reporting to Experian, because you can't change their credit score in Experian. You just report that they rent from you. This is actual power over their credit score, and we had that service for 30 years. So the first benefit is we got to help tenants. In fact, the way we sold it is we would say, we're here to help you prepare for the next stage of your life when you don't want to be a renter, but you want to be a homeowner. And so we're actually, as a property manager, we're into the credit restoration business, and we can help you as you're a tenant with us get ready to be a homeowner the next time you make a move. It was a huge carrot, a huge positive benefit that people enjoyed having, because we helped a lot of people close on these purchases, because we helped the credit score and we prepared them for the next stage of their life. People loved it. Now, the second way we used it is to report unpaid rent. Instead of just having the stick of a late fee or a threat over eviction, we have to say for 30 years to our tenants, pay your rent by the 20th, 15th, the 25th, whatever you want to do. We can report you paid as agreed to the credit bureau and actually raise your credit score. In fact, in the 30 years, we learned to do this, and we watched it very carefully. We were able to move tenant score by 30 to 40, 50 points within a 6-month period of time. Why so much? Because it's a repeating expense and it's a large dollar amount. So with this new service, you can have tremendous power over tenants. Now, there's a third way that we used it, and that's to report unpaid tenant charges. One of the challenges we all have in the property management business is the tenant will miss a late fee, they won't pay a bounce check charge, and they've got an outstanding balance on their tenant ledger, but they only send us enough to cover the rent. Now, in some states, you can apply that to the oldest charge on the tenant ledger. Many states you can't do that. In many states, you have to take the rent or the money from the tenant and apply it to the current rent. And so we end up wringing our hands and yelling and beating on the table because our outstanding tenant charges just keep growing and growing and growing. I have clients in states like Oregon, Washington, California, Maryland, North Carolina that are sitting on $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 of unpaid tenant charges because they have no way to collect it. All we can do is wring our hands and fuss and hope that when they move out, there's enough money in the security deposit to give the owner his money for property damage and still collect our unpaid late fees and bounce check charges. This service is available now. You can have it. And you can take all those unpaid tenant charges and shrink them down to zero. We did it. We can show you how. Now, the fourth benefit is this. We can report balances after move out. One of the things we all struggle with, tenants move out owing money. All we do is send it to a debt collector. We all know that doesn't work. But in year 2000, we turned the corner on that, and we started using our Equifax membership to report outstanding balances after move out. We collected $1.7 million in the next 15 years just collecting on the tenants that moved out of our properties. How did we do it? By having power over their credit and reporting post move out until we keep dropping and dropping their credit score, preventing them from buying a house, a car, a cell phone. And finally, people would come back to us kind of on their knees and say, how much can I pay you to get this off my credit report? This was powerful, and we didn't really realize it till we've been in the business 20 years. Now, there are more benefits than this. Number 5 is it gives you a huge competitive advantage over the others in your marketplace. When we would go sign up owners, and that's what it did, it helped us sign up owners. We could say to them, look, there's no manager in the marketplace that can do what we do. As a direct member of the credit bureau, we can diminish a tenant's credit score if they fail to pay rent on a timely basis. That is a power no other property manager has. And it gave us tremendous leverage with our competitors. And the last benefit is it makes you money every month. It is a revenue generator, not a cost. In other words, this new service will make you money every month. You've got 100 properties, 300, 400 properties that you manage, or even 50. You can generate another $1,000 to $5,000 a month net revenue to you by connecting in with this new service. So this is not something you pay for. This is something that makes you money while you develop this new relationship with tenants because of your membership with the credit bureau. Now, some of you are watching this on YouTube or our social media site. I want to give you a chance to fill out a form and request more information. So if you are on the page, if you're on our webpage, just look over on the right. There is a form for you to fill out. Now, when you hit submit, you're going to get an email back instantly, and it's going to give you a 15-minute explainer video. It'll go into details. It'll give you the name of this company that is actually doing this and how other people have been using it to gain power over tenants.
Robert, that was wonderful. So just to be clear, this new service is available today to managers across the nation so that they can get this product set up today to help them tomorrow?
Absolutely. This is not a state-specific issue, Monica. This is a credit bureau connection. And depending on the mortgage on the house and certain things that you'll explain more to your clients at another time, you can start marking people's credit today under this program based on the faithfulness of their rent payment history. Now, in some cases, with federally funded mortgages that you know more about than I do, people are going to have to wait for another 60 or 90 or 120 days before they can start dinging people's credit at the credit bureau. But it takes about 60 days to set this program up because it's a very high level of security that you have to work through with the credit bureaus. But this is a fully automated platform that gives you the opportunity to report tenants who have paid rent on time and help grow their credit score somewhere in the 40 to 50 points over the next 6 months. When we were using this for the last 30 years, we could move people's credit score by 40 to 50 points within 6 months. It's a powerful tool. but we were also able to diminish people's credit score when they failed to pay rent or outstanding tenant charges. So it gave us a power over tenants' credit scores that nobody has today. I mean, it's going to revolutionize the way property management is done. And we had that service for 30 years. So we know exactly how to implement it and can help your clients make it work very effectively. The time to start though now, Monica, the time to start though, setting this up is now. The urgency here is get enrolled now so that 60 days from now, you have this power that property managers, other than those of us who opened in the dark ages, nobody has it. It's totally unavailable.
Robert, I think there are some clients that think they may have a product similar to this that's out there. Can you speak to that? Are there other companies that provide managers with some sort of service like this today?
Well, because of the need in the property management industry, people have been looking for something like this for years. So there's some software companies and some technology companies that have tried to come up with a solution. The problem is they're only reporting to Experian. Now, when you report to Experian, all you can tell Experian is they rent from this property manager. You can't affect their credit score. You can't raise their credit score if they're good payers. You can't diminish their credit score if they're bad payers, if they have not paid their unpaid late fees or bounced check charges. So the services that are out there are kind of toothless. They're kind of benign. And we've mentioned this product to several other people who say, oh, I already do that through so-and-so, or I already mark people's credit through my software company. And the fact is they don't. That service is not helping them. This is the only one in the industry. Down the road, somebody will come up with another solution, but today, this service is the only one out there that can help anybody.
And that makes complete sense, because the difference you've just told us is that it's only a question previously of tracking a rental history, not actually being able to affect the actual credit score. Well, Robert, thank you so much, because again, friends, when I heard about this, I was so fascinated about how this could possibly help my clients. That's why we wanted to share this information with you. We've taken an opportunity for you to get even more information by building a form to the right of this video. You can fill it out if you'd like to get more information. Once you hit submit, you'll get a 15-minute video explaining in detail how this new service works and how it will make you money from day one. We absolutely appreciate your interest. Don't forget, of course, to join the Gilroy firm and myself in our Facebook discussion, as well as subscribe to our document services. All that information can be found at our resource page, which is gilroyfirm.com/COVID-19. And as always, thanks for listening, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Monica.